Hey, this is Chris Abdo. I'm showcasing my IT202 final project. I just want to apologize quickly for keeping OBS open on the right side. Usually my recording kind of breaks if I close OBS, so I have to keep it open for some reason. Alright, so for this project, I built a platform called Game Explorer, and this is a platform to find trustworthy Steam reviews. I built this with the idea of Steam not really being like a very open with the reviews. All the stuff either just says like very positive or very negative reviews. You can't really tell anything about it until you dive deep into the reviews. So I thought, why not just make a standalone platform where users can easily leave unbiased reviews and then just share their thoughts about the game with other people. So I'm gonna get started by logging in. I'm gonna log into a non-admin account for now. So we'll do this. Just so we can get like a user view initially before I log into the admin stuff and show some other features. So as soon as you log in, you're greeted with a message, hello, and then we can go ahead and start exploring for some games. So on this page, this utilizes the Steam API from Rapid API to take in a search term over here, and then it returns a list of games that match the search term, and usually it's pretty accurate. So I found it to be the first listing typically is like the most accurate one. So I'm gonna go ahead and search for a game. As we can see here, we have a bunch of previously searched ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and search for one that wasn't recently searched. Let's do like Dota or something. So when we search a non-recent search, it can't go through the database initially, so it's gonna run an API call to the thing to get information, and then our database will be updated with the results that get returned. So if I search for Dota, it runs the API, we get search results saved successfully. And as I mentioned before, typically the first result that comes back is usually the most accurate, so this is the one that gets stored into our database for now. And as you can see, we have a couple of options that come here. You're able to favorite a game, you're able to view the reviews on this platform, and you're able to get redirected to Steam directly. So let's say I want to favorite this game quickly. We favorite it, and then it shows up that we favorited it. And then let's say I leave the search page and come back and say, oh, I want to go back to Dota to see some more reviews about that. So we can click on Dota, and instead of running the whole API call that returns a bunch of reviews, it's going to search through our database and then immediately find that we have Dota 2 rendered here. And this works for all of them. Let's say I want to search for Terraria. So we search Terraria, the search query gets updated over here, and then our database immediately returns a Terraria result since we have already saved that result from our search. So I haven't really populated any of these games with reviews except for Counter-Strike 2 for the most part. So I'm just going to load up Counter-Strike. Uh, I'm going to go ahead and favorite this game because I like it. And then we're going to go ahead and look at the reviews for this game. So if we click on view reviews, we get redirected to our reviews.php page with a search query of our game ID. And that's the information that gets saved into our database from the API. So over here you see the filtering automatically gets set to the game ID of 730, which is the Counter-Strike 2 one. And then here we have some reviews that were manually left from the platform. So we see here I made an example one that says this game will cause a gambling addiction. There's a couple ones that say test, yeah, just all this random stuff for now. And then here we're only like being shown 10, so we can manipulate this how we want. Let's say we only want to see 2 reviews or something, so we apply that. We see it gets updated in the query parameters, and then we also only have 2 reviews here. And this is a very short review, but let's imagine that one of the reviews was just absolutely filling up this box and it has no room. So it's getting truncated or something at the end. So we can click on view full review and we get redirected to a view review page with the query parameter passing in the ID of the post. And this pulls it from our database and we get our individual stuff from the review. So we can go back to the review, and then now we have a default game ID, so it's showing reviews left from every game ID. This one is Overwatch 2 reference. Left a review saying bring back the 6v6. So that's pretty much all for the review page. There's also a functionality up here where you can you can leave a review directly from the page. So let's say I want to leave Counter-Strike 2 another review. We'll manually do it this time. We'll put in the game ID of 730 that we know from before. Let's put a rating of 5 stars. We'll say this game is so fun. I really have fun playing it every night or something. And then we'll submit our review, and we'll see immediately it was submitted successfully. And then our page gets reloaded and our own review gets displayed here. And we can see it's by Chris732, and that's the account that I logged in with initially. So moving on, from the review page, you can directly go and view someone's profile page. I'm not going to go ahead and view mine because I already have a page dedicated to viewing all my reviews that I leave on here. So we're going to go back to the reviews, and I'm going to go click on a different account. This is my admin account, for example, Chris New 1. So if I click here, we get redirected to our user profile page with a query parameter of ID equals 2, and that's the user ID that's set for this admin account. And we can see all the reviews left on each game. Say game ID 730, we know that's Counter-Strike. Game ID 235 7570, we know that's Overwatch 2. I'm planning on potentially adding like a simplifier. Maybe I'll store some more data and then we can leave the game name instead of the game ID. Although I find the game ID fairly accessible since you're able to just go to Steam and find it directly from the URL. And as you scroll down more, you can also see the favorites that a user has left on a game. So we see CS2 down here, Overwatch over here. I'm not too sure what these ones are. I forgot. So that's pretty much it for the like individual profile page. And then going back to our like my logged in users profile page, we have our typical stuff where you can reset any of your information, and then we have some of the reviews that are all of the reviews that get left here from this individual account. So let's say I didn't really like the review I left for this CS2 one, so I'm going to go to edit review. I'm going to say, oh man, I had a really bad time with CS2 the last couple weeks, so I uninstalled it. Let's say, this game makes me so mad, I uninstalled it. And we're going to change our rating down to a 1. We can update our review, immediately updated, and then boom, we can see it reflected right here. Let's say I wasn't in the right mind space when I left a review on a game, so we can go ahead and delete the review. We get redirected to our delete review page where we see the individual review. And this is only accessible by the people that have left the review. So the query parameters up here connect with the DB, and that allows us to determine who the user ID of the poster is. So I'll show you a little later in the demo video, but if I revisit this link with a different account that didn't post this, we'll be redirected to the login page with a message that says that we're not allowed to delete a post that we didn't post. So let's say I want to delete this review. We get a little alert. You sure you want to delete this review? And this is a hard delete, so it's going to be completely deleted from the database. So I say, okay, this review is deleted successfully, and then we can see immediately it's reflected over here. We no longer have that review on our profile. And this is different from unassociating it from our account. I'll go over that later when I switch into the demo account. So I'm just gonna make sure I covered everything. Here's profile page, the searching page with another thing. I'm gonna go ahead and search for another game. Let me think of some like random game. Let me just search up random Steam games. I'm having trouble thinking of some. Let's do this. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Maybe images or something. I have no idea what's going on. I just want to fly. Alright, I just thought of something. We'll do Rainbow, or for Rainbow Six Siege. Hopefully the right one pops up. So we do search. It hits the API, because we have never searched for Rainbow before. So boom, we can see perfectly. First result is Rainbow Six Siege. That's the one I want. Uh, you see, there's a game ID of this number here, so I'll just copy this for now, and then I can favorite it, and then we can view the reviews for this game ID. See, no one has ever left a review on my platform for this game, so we get left with this message. But instead, let me write a review. I'll put it for this game. Give it 4 stars. I'll say very tactical. Oops, can't spell. And very fun. So we'll submit a review for Rainbow Six Siege. Boom, immediately we see it's still querying for this game, and our review is left there. So going back to the reviews, I'm just gonna go through some more of this filtering stuff. So let's say I only want to search for Counter-Strike reviews. So we know the game ID is 730, so we'll put the game ID there and we'll apply it. We can see here that every game that gets returned is only Counter-Strike 2 reviews, and you can see more of the query parameters getting passed up into the URL. So that's pretty much it for the reviews and the search and profile. If we head over to user data, this is all the reviews that are associated with your account. So this is different from like deleting a review, as removing the association in this sense just makes it determine that this review is not left from your account, and it rather just goes to a like default anonymous account, as I like to say. So I'll give you an example here. We have very tactical and very fun, this review that I wrote. So I want to remove this association from my account. I don't want this to be associated with my account. Let's say I accidentally did something stupid and I just have to get rid of it. So to remove association, oops, that's an admin blog page. I completely forgot. So that's a good example of now when we have to switch into this, or I guess, sorry, I messed up the flash, but it unassociates it with your account. And you can check this by going to reviews, and we'll see here, it was left by anonymous, and it's very tactical and very fun, and now there's no association with our account. So in order to deal with these associations, I'm going to go ahead and log out, and then I'll log into my admin account. This has all the actual stuff for unassociating. So we'll go to all unassociated reviews on the platform. We'll see the one we just left is actually, it got shown as unassociated, so that's perfect. And we also have some more filtering stuff up here. Let's say I want to filter for only Rainbow Six Siege. So we'll paste this game ID in here and we'll apply. And then only the Rainbow Six Siege unassociated results show up. So let me just clear that. Just return through here. And you can view more details about the unassociated items. In addition to this, there's a page for all associations on the platform. So this is a strictly admin page that I don't want anyone else getting access to, as this allows you to completely delete the association between any review and any account. So I'm gonna, as we can see, we have a total of 22, but it's only showing 10. So I'm gonna just increase this limit, and then we see all of our like reviews coming from the database. Sometimes it duplicates it. I'm not too sure why, but deleting any of them will get rid of the duplicates as well. So let's do an example. I don't think it's showing properly, so I'm just going to increase this a little more. So we'll go to this review where it says, love this game, bring back 6v6. We know that's for Overwatch 2. So I want to delete this association from Chris New 1 account. That happens to be the admin account as well. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the association here. Are you sure you want to delete this association? Click OK. It removes it successfully, and that triggers a database query to remove the association from the account. And then if we want to double check, we can go to reviews, and then we can see 6v6. And rather than being left by Chris New 1 as before with the link to their profile, it's now left by anonymous with no association with any account whatsoever. So going back to admin, we can go to admin associations page, and this allows me to associate any review with any user on here. So let's say I want to search for the 6v6 post. So I can search, this gets loaded up here. And then since this is currently unassociated, it makes sense now that we can associate this to someone. Let's associate this to Bob, for example. So we do apply associations, it hits the database query, SQL query, and then updates the information properly. So if we go back to reviews, we can now, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. If we go back to the reviews, we can now see that the 6v6 review we left is now by Bob. And we go here, and we go Bob's profile, and then he has some basic reviews now associated with his account. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna go through some of the original stuff. So we have create a role capabilities over here. You can list all roles. I just have some demo roles for this platform. I found out that the roles weren't too they didn't play a massive part. It's mainly just giving the user the ability to manipulate their own data and giving the admin the ability to manipulate all data on the platform. So you can go to assign roles. If I search for Chris, that's my admin account, or Chris New 1, sorry. We see that we have the admin active, and then us testing admin on Chris732, the original account, and we can see that admin is no longer active on that account. It's inactive. That's pretty much it for my platform, I believe. I'm just gonna go through quickly one more time. Or sorry, here's one feature I didn't fully get to implement, but it's very easy to just add it quickly. So I gave an example of a Counter-Strike 2 page, and as soon as you load this, it hits the API to pull the most recent information about the game. So you can see that the summary of the Steam reviews are very positive, but maybe some people don't really agree with that, so this platform allows them to leave a review. Let's say maybe this guy didn't really like it, so that's not too reflective of the Steam reviews on here. And in addition here, you're able to leave a review for CS2, and this automatically gets put with a query parameter of the game ID. So I'll leave a quick review. We'll say I hit the highest rank in this game. Very fun. And we'll do a rating of 5. We'll submit our review. See the review is submitted successfully. And then now if we go to reviews, we'll see our most recent review again. I hit the highest rank in this game. Very fun. Let's say I want to search for only Counter-Strike reviews because that's what I'm interested in at the moment. We filter for that. We see all the CS reviews left on the platform. That's pretty much it for that part. We'll go back here one more time. Let's say we want to search for Overwatch. We already have searched for it and it's saved in our DB, given that it's showing here. So it should be an instant load through the DB and not an API query to get the results. So we click on Overwatch. Oh, sorry, I guess it wasn't saved in our database originally, but the name was here. I might have messed something up. But as you can see, I've already favorited this game from before. We can go directly here and view the reviews. We see our review that was associated with Bob. Love this game, bring back the 6v6. And then if we go back, we search for Overwatch one more time. Boom. Overwatch instantly gets pulled up here through the database, and no useful API query there. And then just one more time, we go through the user data page. We see how many associated items there are with the logged in account that we're on. And we can view more details. We can remove the association. So let's say I really don't want to be associated with this review anymore. So you can do remove the association. Boom, it's gone. It's no longer associated with our account. And this goes through the database, and it triggers the column for is associated, and it sets it to null, and then it determines everything after that. So upon every page load, it checks if the post is associated with the page. If not, it'll return anonymous. If it is, then it'll be a link to their to the user's profile. such as this. We go Cruis, a little fake profile I made, 2 reviews and no favorites. We'll go here one more time to our profile just to show some more editing and deleting capabilities. And this is a differentiating from the association in the sense that this is a completely hard delete from the platform. Once you delete it from here, it's completely removed from the database and platform, and there's no way to go back to it. So I'll review this one more time. Let's say I want to change the rating to 6 or something. That's not like possible. Say, oh, it must be less than or equal to 5. Let's say, oh, okay, I'm just going to leave it blank. No, we get more validation. We'll leave it back at 5. We'll update it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my final milestone project. I hope you enjoyed this demo, and I had fun building this little platform that allows people to leave non-biased reviews for Steam games. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We have more like admin stuff. The admin only has the capabilities to log in. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks. Have a good one.